What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So you saw the title. Hell, the attire suits it. On the go. Don't have time to think about it. Just some great grab-and-go fragrances for men. I've got 10 that I've selected in a variety of price points. We've got some Middle Eastern stuff. We've got some designers, some newer, some kind of classics for this topic, and some affordable niche here. So we've got something for everybody depending on your taste with a variety of different styles of scent profiles. But definitely some stuff that if you're in a hurry, you want to spray something on that's just going to work in every situation, whether you're going to the gym, such as me, heading out to work, going to dinner, going run some errands. One of these 10 in your collection, you'll be in good shape. Let's talk about them. Stay tuned. Starting with a designer that's kind of tried and true, classic for the topic, if you will, that's pretty affordable in that mid-range, depending on bottle size, right around 50 bucks for a 50 ml like this. It's Narciso Rodriguez Bleu Noir Eau de Parfum. So nice juicy hit of bergamot, some pepper, woods and musk. Really, really simple, based around vetiver and I believe cedar. Nice and clean, versatile for everything, good performer. Has that modern feel, but, you know, kind of classic masculine, man's man type of stuff all at the same time. It's not some, luxury niche quality, but also doesn't smell like some cheap synthetic either. They did a really good job here. This is one of the most well-rounded fragrances money can buy. It's kind of quintessential. It was the perfect fragrance to kind of set us down the path of how this video is going to go. So if you've never tried this one, you might want to get your nose on it, because honestly, if I'm going to pick just one that's literally the poster child for the topic, there's a reason I started with this one. This Narciso Rodriguez is Bleu Noir Eau de Parfum. Now, while the original Eau de Toilette will totally work here, absolutely, if you want a deeper dry down, a little bit more spice, a little bit more woodiness, I would recommend the new Polo 67 Eau de Parfum from Ralph Lauren. This is good stuff. Still has all the fruitiness, a bit more citrus than the previous version. All of the greens, a hint of spice, and it's a bit more on the woody side of things with cedar and vetiver than the last go round. The spices are definitely enhanced greatly here, which I don't even really remember a lot of spice. It was really just fruity, aromatic, and woodsy, a little bit of amber in the previous version, where that cardamom really stands out here. While the juiciness of the opening of the Eau de Toilette, I will admit, is a little bit better. If I had to pick openings, it would be that. But the overall lifespan of the fragrance, I think this is a better, deeper, more well-rounded fragrance that brings more to the table for versatility overall. And like I said, adds a little bit of flair to the personality of the fragrance with that added spice. This is some really good stuff. Above average performer, not some monster performer, but present, pronounced, without being overbearing. Doesn't have that boyish juvenile feel, but not that old man smell either. It kind of rides the line right in the middle. This is a perfect grab-and-go fragrance. So you don't need to think about nothing. Put it on the edge of the dresser, grab it, hit a couple of sprays, out the door you go. Fragrances like Polo 67 EDP are absolutely perfect for that, in my opinion. This next one's one of the best designers released this year, at least in my opinion. If keeping with the kind of theme of the spicier fragrances, this is a little bit spicier than the Polo 67 we just discussed. This is the new Spicebomb Metallic Musk. Yeah, it's a little bit on the metallic side, don't get me wrong, but that musk is very fitting for this because it smells nice and spicy and aromatic and a little sweet like the original Spicebomb. Hint of that metallic accord, but very clean and musky. Dare I say, kind of a fizzy, almost aldehydic-like musk to this fragrance. It smells fantastic. I mean, for anybody looking for a versatile, everyday version of Spicebomb, this is it. This is the closest thing we've gotten since Spicebomb Fresh came out years ago and then got discontinued. No, this is not completely redundant to Spicebomb Fresh. I've been asked that. That's centered around the original's DNA with grapefruit and sea salt. Those things are not here. This is about, like it's named, it's got a metallic accord and it's very musk dominant with that original Spicebomb DNA. On the fresher side, not the freshest of fragrances, but definitely well-rounded enough, light enough to where you can wear it in the heat, but also not too heavy to where it won't be too much. For the heat, great performer. Again, a nice twist on the DNA that I didn't even know I needed. And once it came out, I'm damn sure glad they did it. Again, great performer, smells incredible. I think it's one of the best designers released this year. Victor and Rolf Spicebomb Metallic Musk. Citruses, woods, very clean vetiver. Has kind of that lemon lime soda type of feel to it. A little bit of ambroxan to kind of lift the profile and give it some pop off of the skin. We are talking about Juliet Has a Gun X Vetiver. This is a great grab and go fresher fragrance for those of you that maybe don't like all the spiciness that we were just talking about. I would love for this to focus. There we go. The color of the bottle is very fitting. Great springtime green type of fragrance. Don't be wrong, but if you like the fresher fragrances overall, or you live in a warmer climate, you can definitely rock this one year round. This is easy to wear, very easy to understand, not complicated, not deep and overly complex. It's not youthful. It's not over the top masculine. There's no femininity to it. It's right down the middle of pretty much everything, performance, the whole nine. Man, and the citrus is a little rindy, but still juicy and fresh. It is some good stuff. This is probably their best easy to wear fragrance. They've got a few. They've got a few that are challenging and kind of wild and weird. They got some very feminine ones. They got some oud fragrances. But they have a few that are just super easy grab and go types. And I think this is the best of the bunch. Musk Invisible being one that comes to mind. Ego Stratus, their Blueberry Aquatic. They got a couple just really well-rounded, like grab, spray, go, out the door. You smell good, you're going handle, you're going attack the day. This is one of those fragrances. And just like I said, very easy to understand profile. It doesn't reinvent the wheel with a citrus, fresh, woody green, but it kind of does it better than a lot of other ones. Again, that's Juliet Has a Gun, X Vetiver. Very affordable stuff in the vein of Blue Talisman, not one-to-one. This is Lattafa's take on it. Citrus fruity metallic, kind of a juicy inky type of citrus, a little green and woodsy. We've got Art of Universe. Again, it's very similar to Blue Talisman from Ex Nihilio. Not one-to-one, can't touch the quality, but performance is really good. And it's a great daily wear fragrance. This just works for every damn thing. High compliment factor in my experience. One that I like enough to where I'm cool with not getting the original. Because I did have a decant of Blue Talisman. And while it didn't knock my socks off like a lot of people, I was like, you know, if I could find a clone or inspired fragrance that gets me almost there, I'll be good with that. And I tried Fragrance World's Taj 2, and I just thought that was a big time miss. That could have been so much better. Don't waste your money if you value my opinion on Taj 2. Go with this. This is better. Now, I'm sure there are some that maybe the quality you can get a little bit better, like maybe an Alexandria or something, but you're going to pay a lot more. This one's in that $30 to $40 range, so to keep the budget really low and still get yourself pretty close and have a very enjoyable experience, at least in my opinion, crazy high-level versatility with really good performance, you might want to take a look at this one. Again, that's Lattafa's Art of Universe. Another poster child for this topic, one of Mansera's best. If you like citrus, fruits, woods, and a little bit of leather, you'll probably like Cedrat Boise from Mansera. Super well-rounded, easygoing, kind of their Aventus, if you will. People like to relate it to Aventus. No, it does not smell like Aventus. Not to me. I've always disagreed with that opinion. But it does the same job. It's got the same level of versatility. It's not a crazy, smoky, musky rose type of chypre. It's not loaded down with oak moss. Like I said, there's a lot of elements that take it away from smelling like Aventus. But that lemon, that sharp lemon is really good. It smells like a wicker basket full of fruits is the way I've always described it. And I love this stuff. Now, Amberful from Mansera, I think, has even a little bit more versatility, but that's kind of got a bit of a metallic green tone to it that might not be for everybody. Whereas I think this is that much more approachable, that much easier of a spray and go. But again, you really could go either way. I was kind of at a crossroads with which one to feature here because both would have been great options. So, quick honorable mention: Amberful from Mansera, citrus, green, metallic, woodsy, a little spiced. It's good as well. This one's just a bit more fruity and citric, a little bit more of a fun opening, if you will. Above average performance, not a beast. Trails really well, super, super high compliment factor. And as always, you can do everything with this one. It's very much spray and go and fits the topic very well. And it's Mansera's Cedrat Boise. About as woody aromatic gets. Dior Homme 2020. Based around cashmere wood and isoe super. which are these man-made softwood synthetics. And yeah, they do a really good job. You get a little bit of citrus, but overall it's very aromatic and woodsy. Like I said, as woody aromatic gets, through and through. Modern man soft wood fragrance. Loses the iris from the original's DNA. Took a little bit for me to come around to it because I was disappointed when they changed it, but it actually is a very well-rounded fragrance for anybody that just wants a grab and go, a signature scent-worthy fragrance. This is that. And they did a really good job with it. I gotta say, when in doubt, I believe in Dior. I do. They always seem to put out something really good, including the new version of Dior Homme Parfum. I don't care what anybody says. That fragrance smells good. Just like I was disappointed when they changed Dior Homme to this. Yeah, I get why people are disappointed when they changed Dior Homme Parfum to the new Dior Homme Parfum, but people will come around. This was really good. So is that one. So now that's not one I would recommend for this particular topic. Otherwise it would be here. But this, another one, kind of a poster child for it. Nothing to really think about here. It's a soft woody fragrance. It's fresh enough, yet has enough performance to work in every single season. It works well casually. It works well in a suit and tie. This stuff just works. Again, this Dior Homme 2020. Now, we mentioned Aventus when we were talking Cedrat Boise, but what about a great affordable option? Smoky magic, as I like to call it. Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man, specifically the limited edition Parfum. Yes, the new extract's really good, but I like the fruitiness of the opening here a little bit more. Very smooth, smoky, musky, woody fragrance. Again, lemon and other fruits, pineapple and such. Really, really good performance. Just spray and go. It doesn't have that sharp, kind of chemical lemon pledge cleaner kind of smell of the EDT, which never bothered me, but I know it's a bit harsh for some. This one smooths that out a bit. Still a similar profile. Just a better fragrance. It's my favorite version overall by a small margin over the extrait, but my favorite version of Club de Nuit Intense Man, and I had to recommend it because if you're interested in performance, smelling really good, and having a high likelihood of getting some compliments, I mean, there's no denying this shit just works. The shit just works, and it's really affordable for the most part, right around $50. It's Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man limited edition Parfum. What a mouthful of a name. TLTG, what about some old school barbershop type stuff? Man, I don't like a lot of that modern stuff. Man, I made it this far in your video and you haven't talked about any barbershop fragrances for me. I hear you, sir. I hear you. How about my personal favorite one? Replica at the Barbers from Maison Margiela. It replicates the scent profile perfectly. What an appropriately named fragrance. A little bit of leather, a shaving foam, meets barbicide, an aftershave, kind of just balancing of accords. This is good quality. You can get it for around $90, $100 from discounters. I would put this on that middle to upper tier of designers. And there's niche barbershop fragrances out there that I don't like as much as this one. This is still the best one to me. I love a good barbershop fragrance too. It's classic masculine as classic masculine gets. And this is the king of that mountain for me personally. I know some will disagree. Some have different opinions and different tastes and different favorites. But for me, this is the one. There's some great designers out there that'll get you there, which this is, you know, kind of above that tier a little bit. Kind of like I said, a little higher on tier on the designers to me. But there's some good niche ones out there as well. I understand. Everybody's got their favorites, like I stated. But performance above average, again, picture Barbasol shaving foam, lather that up, grabbing whatever out the jar with the barbicide in it, the aftershave after the fact, the barber on the piece of leather with the razor. I mean, the whole experience. It's here. God, it's been a while since I've been to a barbershop though. But some scents are just so distinctive, they burn in your brain, in your scent memory, right? And they nailed it here. So for those of you looking for a good barbershop fragrance, this is the best of the best, in my opinion, at the Barbers Replica line from Maison Margiela. And let's finish things off with quintessential blue. Grab and go. We gotta have that designer blue fragrance that just takes us home. And no, I didn't go Bleu de Chanel Parfum, which I think is the best of the blues. But when I'm thinking the most well-rounded for most people, high compliment factor, great performance, A lot of development. Shower gel meets smokiness, meets citrus, just all these elements a little peppered. It's Versace Dylan Blue, a fragrance which admittedly I did not like at first and I didn't understand why people liked it. Took me a handful of times trying it before I decided to go from a mini bottle to a 100 ml bottle. I now love it. You will get some nose fatigue from this one because of the ambroxan, but what a well-rounded fragrance with a high compliment factor that works great in high heat and works great in snow. It doesn't matter. This fragrance works. Go into the gym if you want to rock it with the cut sleeve hoodie like I'm wearing, on up to, I wouldn't say a suit and tie is the best choice for this, but I'll be damned, you could pull it off if you want. Confidence is key in how you're going to wear your attire with your fragrance, right? Just good stuff. Affordable, $50 to $60 range for 100 ml bottles, depending on where you find it online. 50 ml bottles even cheaper. 200 ml bottles with $65, $75 range. It just works. This could be that one fragrance. It is signature scent worthy stuff. Definitely one that kind of quintessential. There's a lot of different blues that could have went here. Could have been Sauvage, could have been a version of Bleu de Chanel, could have been a YSLY flanker. There's a lot that could have went here for the main blue. There's a few that are considered blue here, but this is like blue, blue, blue. If you know what I mean when I say that. If you don't know what I mean when you say that, I'm not going to explain it. You can just wonder. But it's good stuff. It's Versace Dylan Blue. Well, that's the 10 that I wanted to cover with you guys. We could have did beyond 10, but 10 is kind of the sweet spot, magic number when it comes to content on YouTube, right? So I appreciate you guys spending a little bit of your day with me. There's links down below through YouTube shopping affiliate program with FragranceNet, Joma Shop, places like that, as well as in the video description next to the fragrance names, you'll see different links, fragrance buy, places like that. Of course, you don't have to buy anything to watch these videos, but understand the reality of it. People use these videos as a guide to do some shopping. I've done it for years too. I totally understand. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave. See you on the next one.